I have been testing and reviewing makeup for over 16 years, and I love the drugstore. In this economy, it can be a little bit hard to find amazing makeup products for under $10, but I'm here to share with you over 25 of them. I'm not just throwing things in this video just to throw them in here. These are products that I have continually repurchased or I've loved for years, and some for over a decade. We've got a lot to talk about, so let's get started. If you're new here, hi, my name is Meg. I am a beauty and lifestyle creator. I have been creating content for over 16 years, and the drugstore is one of my true loves. I love drugstore makeup, and I love finding drugstore makeup that feels luxurious and high-end and super high quality. These products you're gonna love. And did I also mention I am almost 43 years old, so this is working on mature skin, so it's gonna work on almost everyone. This first product is a brow glue that I feel like it truly does lock your brows down all day long, and there's no flakiness. And this is the Maybelline Super Lock Brow Glue. I like to use this first before I do anything else in my makeup routine to make sure that my brows are completely locked down before I go in with anything else. Sometimes it can get a little gunky and funky if you try to apply this over a ton of other products, but if you use this as a first step, your brows are always going to look locked down and amazing. I am not much of a primer girl, but I do like something that's hydrating and a little grippy. It stands out to me because it's more affordable and it's so good and hydrating. And this is the Essence Jelly Grip Hydrating Primer. I know everyone's copying that Milk Hydro Grip Primer, but this is really great. I feel like it's the most hydrating out of all the ones I've tried. It's cooling, it helps the makeup last and grip on, and I just love it. Now, I've got two foundations, if you will, to talk about, and these two are incredible. This first one I have been chatting about and screaming about for years and years and years, probably a decade at this point, and this is the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. Now, I will say the shade range is horrible, and I keep saying that every time I bring this up, but I will continue to say that every time I bring this up. This looks luxe on the skin. It truly does. Like, if you were to just put this in a completely different container and hand it to me, I'd think like, wow, this is really high end. Beautiful satin skin-like finish. It wears amazing in the summertime, and it just gives the most beautiful medium coverage. And then the other foundation I wanted to mention is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Foundation. They reformulated it, I believe, this past year. Even before that, I also love the original version. It is just, again, super blendable. The shade range is incredible. If you can't find anything that works for your skin tone in this probably has something for you. I had to mention this one because it is very similar in coverage. I feel like I kind of like the finish of this one a little bit more, but this one is fantastic. It's great medium coverage. You can build it up to almost a full coverage. It's something that I have loved for well over a decade. This product is a corrector I wanted to talk about, and it is the Essence Conceal and Correct Under Eye Brightening Concealer. Their shades are a little confusing. It's like fair, medium, tan or whatever, and I wouldn't go by that. I would go by what you're looking at. Like, the fair is more of a pink corrector, and in the medium shade, which is what I have, is more of a peach tone. I feel like that works for my dark circles really well. The consistency is super blendable, very light serum consistency, super pigmented. Just a little bit works amazing under the eyes to cancel out any darkness, and I use this before I go in with my concealer. I love this stuff. I've got two concealers to chat about. One I've loved for about 4 years at this point, and this is the Catrice True Skin Concealer. I don't really hear anyone talking about this concealer, and I don't understand why. It's probably because Catrice is hard to find in stores. You can find it on Amazon, which, by the way, all of the products that I'm going to be talking about today, I have them all linked below and in the first pinned comment. Everything should be easy shopping for you. Now, this concealer, don't let the name scare you. It says high cover waterproof. So in my head, I'm thinking, oh, this might be matte and like not creamy at all. Oh, it is creamy. It is blendable. It is a beautiful thin consistency, which is what I love in a concealer. If I were to compare this to anything, I really think this is very similar to the Lancome concealer. If you've ever tried this one, this reminds me quite a bit of it. Perfect alternative, a very close dupe. It sets amazing under the eyes. It doesn't move. Like, you barely need any setting powder for it. I just can't say enough good things. And then I feel like the workhorse concealer of the drugstore has got to be the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. It is this beautiful texture. I have loved this for probably 15 plus years. This concealer is lovely. So it's very serum-like, very blendable, very creamy. It's more of a medium type of coverage. You can sheer it out. The coverage is great in a way where it's like, it feels like it does something. Like I can't stand putting a concealer on and it doesn't do anything. It has withstood the test of time. If you have not tried this, it's a must. The drugstore is getting better and better about their cream products, like the cream bronzers and blushes and the liquid bronzers and liquid blushes, but a lot of them are over $10 and a lot of them are pretty overpriced. I find that the drugstore is now getting very expensive, so that's why I think this is very important to make this video. So I've got a cream bronzer to tell you about that I don't think many people are talking about anymore, but I still think it's very lovely, and it is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contour Stick. This is in the shade Wears Walnut. It has a very neutral undertone. I don't feel like it leans too warm, but it doesn't lean cool. It's like that nice bronzer shade that I feel works really well. It's not like super buttery consistency that you have probably experienced from other high-end cream bronzers, but what I like to do is just warm it up on the back of my hand and use a brush to apply it. It applies beautifully. It's not patchy, especially if you're warming it up with your hand and blending with your brush into your cheek. If you really want to save some coin and get a good stick bronzer, try this. It is not on par with my Rare Beauty and that sort of creaminess, but it is on par with the way that it blends out and the undertone of this. I don't know why more people are not talking about these liquid blushes from ColourPop. They're so incredibly easy to work with. I have this in the shade Thanks, or THX. Liquid blushes tend to be a bit scary because when you apply it directly to the cheek, it can look like a clown show. Truly, it can. Now with this one, I don't run into that. I have a couple of other shades and I find that they're really easy to work with. With a lot of cream blushes, what I end up doing is applying to the back of my hand like I do with the cream bronzer, using the brush and picking it up that way. But I don't really have to do that with this product, and it is right at $10. And I am considering ColourPop a drugstore brand because you can get it at Ulta. I am seeing it pop up more on Amazon, which is great. And I feel like Amazon, in my opinion, has the best prices when it comes to drugstore makeup. So you can grab this for only $10. It feels so high-end to me. Now we are getting into powders. I have two powders to talk about, one of which I've loved for well over a decade, and it is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Setting Powder. This is just a beautiful blurring powder that looks amazing on any skin tone. It comes in a few different shades, which I feel like is great for the drugstore, especially since sometimes the shade ranges can be a little sketchy. This is beautiful. I have this in the fair light shade. It's not translucent, but it does feel sheer on the skin. You want to buy one that matches your skin tone, maybe like one shade lighter, so it's not too dark on the skin. Super blurring. It just sets everything perfectly. It gives that airbrush look. I really think this is beautiful. And then I wanted to mention this press powder. This is from MCO Beauty. It looks exactly like the Charlotte Tilbury press powder. While I'm not the biggest fan of just like a total dupe brand, I understand the reality of living in 2026 and needing to save money. But I do think that a lot of the MCO Beauty products are kind of expensive, even though they are dupes. But this one is just under $10. I think it's like $9.99. And it is truly undetectable from the Charlotte Tilbury version. It feels the exact same to me. I have both of them and I cannot tell a difference. With the Charlotte Tilbury costing as much as it is, I think spending $10 on a beautiful pressed powder, I don't know, it wins me over. This is the only MCO Beauty product I have in this entire video, but I felt like out of all of it, this was the one worth mentioning. And I will also have you notice that I'm not really mentioning any e.l.f. products at all. In fact, there are no e.l.f. products in this video. And the reason being is because I feel like e.l.f. positioned themselves as the super affordable brand. Even some of their stuff now is getting super expensive, like over $10, $14, $11. When did these prices get so much? I remember when they had $1 products on their website. Not to mention, e.l.f. has kind of been like irritating me lately with their marketing. But the one thing that I saw recently that really just irked me was that they completely stole another creator's original idea and came up with this whole brand marketing and commercial idea with it. And that really rubbed me the wrong way. So e.l.f. is kind of on my naughty list right now. I'm sorry. I appreciate e.l.f. putting out amazing products, but they've just been making some weird business decisions lately. I do like a lot of their products. I don't love that they've raised their prices. And you know who hasn't raised their prices? Wet n Wild. And they've committed to that. Also Essence. So those are the brands I'm gonna ride with in this video. Okay, that was a little tangent that I went on. Let's keep going. I have one powder bronzer to talk about. This is a new launch from this year. I didn't want to put a whole lot of new products in here, but I couldn't not mention this. And this is the new CoverGirl Baked Bronzers. These are lovely. This is the Skin Enhancer Baked Luminous Bronzer. It is beautiful. I love this undertone that it's not too warm, not too cool. It's got a little bit of shimmer in it. It's very similar to Hourglass. And I just feel like this is really easy to work with. You grab it all on a fluffy brush and just dust it around the skin. That's how I like to use it. I don't like to be too precise with it. And I just think it makes the skin look so glowy and lovely. It is a new product, but I had to mention it. Now I'm gonna go to the blush. Powder blushes from the brand Essence. It is their soft touch. They call it now the bouncy blush, or it used to be like called the silky touch. It's all the same product. And it's this beautiful silky formula that's just really, really easy to work with. This one doesn't really have any glitter to it, but it's not like this super flat matte. It almost has a slight sheen to it, but it's not metallic looking at all in the skin. It's a beautiful, easy to work with blush. But I've loved this one for a really long time. Now, we're still talking about Essence because we cannot let this video end without me mentioning the Pure Nude Highlighter. This is the most gorgeous natural highlighter, like almost ever. It reminds me of some of the Hourglass ambient lighting powders, where it's this really soft focus highlight. I have it on my cheek right here, where it's not super metallic. It just gives you this beautiful glow, this lit from within glow, this beautiful luminosity to the skin. I have loved this for so long. Definitely more than a decade, and it is still going strong in my collection. Recommend it. Now, this is an eyeshadow product I have loved again for over a decade, and we have got to mention it because I ride hard for this brand, and it is Wet n Wild. Their eyeshadows are amazing. Some of their eyeshadow little palettes are like $5. I cannot remember the exact price of this, but you get 10 eyeshadows. Hello, they look great. Like, it is this perfect neutral palette. What else do you need? The quality of these are amazing. They are a little powdery, if you will. Like when you start putting your brush in it, there will be some kick up with it, but they are not powdery on the eyes. They blend out really creamy. They blend out beautifully. They do not look patchy at all. So just be aware of that. But I mean, for the price, I'm not complaining about no kick up. I've loved this the last few years, and I think this is probably the longest lasting drugstore eyeliner I have found to date. And it is the LA Girl Ultimate Inteste Auto Liner. They come in a bunch of different shades. This is a blackish brown shade. They are so pigmented, super creamy. And then when they set down, they ain't moving. Like I can put it in my waterline. That's why I like to tight line with these things. I just like to wiggle this back and forth on my upper waterline and it doesn't move. And all of the shades are great. Now, let's get into the mascara. I have one mascara to share. I feel like there's a lot of mascaras out on the market and I'm just like, I don't even know what to choose. There are a lot that are under $10, but then there are a ton that are not $10 anymore. They're more. And I'm like, what is going on? I remember when we could get mascara for like $6. What is happening here? But this is one of those products because again, the brand has said that they are not raising their prices, and that is from Essence. And this is their Lash Princess, but in the sculpted volume version. So this is the purple one. I've talked about the purple one for years. I've loved the purple one for over 5 years. I just feel like it gives the best length, volume, separation, curl, all the things. I also really love the wand on this one. It's more of a curved bristle wand. For me, I just think that it really grabs the lashes really well. If you've never tried the Lash Princess mascaras, they absolutely are worth it. I am not the best person to tell you as far as like how well these last because I have very large protruding eyes. My eyes sit further out on my head. So I am not the best tester when it comes to longevity or if it's going to smudge on the upper and lower lashes. So if you're wary to try this one, or if you've had bad luck with the Lash Princess mascaras in the past, try the waterproof one. I picked one mascara, but we have 6 lip products to talk about because I feel like they all serve different purposes. Now, this is a product that is never going to leave my collection, and it is the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink lipsticks. These are a long wear lipsticks. They're gonna last you all day. And I love these for whenever I wanna wear a bold lipstick, I need it to last. Or I have a child that's doing dance or theater, or I have an event, I need something to last really, really long. This is the product that's going to last you. This is not one of those everyday lipsticks that I just put on for funsies and like it's moisturizing, because it's not. I mean, it is a long wear lipstick, okay? We're talking long wear. And when we talk about that, they are matte. They can be a little bit drying, but this, girl, this ain't going nowhere. And my favorite shades in this for the reds are Pioneer and Dancer. Best blue toned reds. I think they're beautiful. And I also love the shade Seductress as a neutral. I think they're wonderful products and they're worth having in your kit for those instances where you're like, I need a lipstick to last me all day. I've got 2 lip liners to mention today. This one I've loved for years, probably at least 5 years or more, and they're the NYX lip pencils. They're fantastic. They're just like this traditional like sharpened lip pencil. They're a little waxy. I like the waxiness of it because you can have more precision, you can have more control over it. You can really get in there and contour the lips perfectly with this. And I like that it's not this super duper creamy lip liner for that reason. The shade Nude Truffle is the perfect lip contour. And I also love their other neutral shades. I think all of their neutrals are amazing. They feel like MAC level lip pencils and they're like $5. I don't know, they probably raised the price. Did they raise the price? Okay, now the other lip liner I want to mention is a newer product to me. I think they came out last year, the year before, I'm not 100% sure, but they're the Maybelline Lifter Liners. You can tell I've really used this quite a bit. This is in the shade Big Lift. This shade is a beautiful dark neutral to line with. It works with so many of my neutral lipsticks. It is one of those products that is creamy. It is very creamy, so it's easy to kind of overdo it. You gotta be precise and careful with it when you put it on. But once these are on, they do not budge, they do not move. When they dry down, they stay put. And I love that about these. And the shade range in this as well is amazing. Now, I have 3 different types of finishes for lipsticks that I wanna mention today. We're gonna do a satin, a matte, and a balmy glossy type of lipstick. So the satin lipstick, this is probably my holy grail lipstick like of all time. And it is the L'Oreal Color Riche lipstick in the shade Fairest Nude. It is the perfect beige. Everything is so warm toned lately, and this is not warm toned at all. It is beige. It is not gray. It is not peachy. It is not super duper pink. It's not orangey. It leans the perfect cool-ish neutral. Like if you want beige, this is beige. It's perfect. Look at that. Beige. It does lean more cool tone. It has a little bit of pinkiness to it, but it's not too pinky, you know? It doesn't look incredible by itself. I feel like it looks best with a lip liner like I have today, where it just like pulls it all together. Perfect nude lipstick for fair light skin tones. For the matte finish lipstick, I'm sorry, the condition that this lipstick is in is horrendous. These are called the Color Fetish matte lipsticks. And I mean, the packaging looks so luxe. It's beautiful. This is in the shade Peony. It's a super creamy matte lipstick. It's not gonna be anything that's too drying on the lips. It's very hydrating. It's very pigmented. If you like a pigmented matte finish lipstick that's not too matte, like it's not gonna emphasize lines and wrinkles, it's very blurring, you're gonna love this. And then lastly, we have the Balm finish, and this is the Revlon Super Lustrous Shine Balm. Girl, this perfect balmy lipstick that's got some pigment. It's like one of those things that you keep in your purse to throw on and go. This is in the shade Nude Illuminator. Love it. It's perfect. These remind me of those YSL Shine Balm things, but under $10. I don't really have a gloss to talk about, but I have a lip oil that I want to mention because these are incredible. These are the Milani Fruit Fetish lip oils. They're so hydrating, so juicy, so yummy. They're not sticky. I wear these kind of like by itself if I just want to feel like my lips are hydrated, or I put them on top of a lipstick as a gloss. They are the best. And I feel like no one's talking about these anymore, but I have repurchased this probably 6 times. Like, hello. This is in the Strawberry Melon shade, but they're not super pigmented. Some of them have a little bit more pigment to them, but the ones that look a little bit more clearish, these don't really have that much of a pigment to them. They're more of like a clear with a slight tint to it. And we are down to the very last product. And I have to say that I cheated just a little bit on this one, but this product was under $10 for the longest time and the price raised. I am almost out of it. Is the Milani Make It Last Original Setting Spray. It is long wearing, but it is not sticky or matte or gross feeling on the skin. It gives a healthy finish, sets everything down, helps your makeup wear all day long, keeps the powderiness at bay. Everything that I love in a setting mist, this has. Look, I am almost out. I need to repurchase it. So please forgive me that this is a little bit over $10. Everything else, I was under budget, okay? We're at the end of this video. How many did we talk about? How many products did we talk about today? That's a lot. Your girl puts in the work. Your girl tests all the products so you don't have to. I don't have shiny object syndrome where I'm going for the newest thing all the time. I'm going for the stuff that works and that I've loved and that it's really good. So I hope this video was extremely helpful for you. I love making these types of videos. If you have any requests or you want me to do a full-fledged breakdown tutorial of me using each of these products, kind of like a sit-down talk through, let me know and I can absolutely do that for you. Thanks so much for tuning in to today's video. I will see you in my next one. Bye.